All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, episode 47. All right, Ippo has learned to leap like a gazelle.
Yes, he basically took something similar to what Aoki does, but he does it the proper way, the cool way, the effective way.
Yeah.
And he did a bunch of intense training underwater to get there.
Yeah, it's stuff that made Aoki and Kimura just like pass out unconscious in the pool with their pants falling down just because... Oh my god, when you're underwater, you use every muscle. And it was hilarious when I was watching that because I'm like, well, this is going to be really hard. And then Ippo's just kind of doing it. And I'm like, oh, so they're not going to show how difficult it is? And then Aoki and Kimura jump in and they're like, oh my god, this is actually really hard after a while. Like,
and I love that.
Like, immediately it's easy, but not over the long term.
And I love that they were thinking like, no, you don't want to do that because then that doesn't give you as much like gravity, on your joints and things like that. That'll be bad for, stabilizing muscles. No.
It's actually really good to help keep you from getting injured. That's the kind of the main portion of it. And then you just do more reps of it because you're in a safer environment where your only worry is that you accidentally pass out, get a cramp, and drown. Like not actually like bludgeoning something really. Yeah,
because it's a low resistance.
Low resistance,
over
exactly.
a very long period of time.
Right. yeah, exactly. I'm really excited about this new character, Volg.
Yes.
He seems to be like the next step on the way to Date Eiji. But he seems to be one of those contradiction characters.
Right. And it's a very simple contradiction, but it's effective and it is something that can tie into really his character and the kind of person that he is. Yeah. So I'm excited to see them go into that.
Yeah. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this now. Get to life. 時間はそんなないぜ。
時間は
No time to wait. I want this only. 探し求める。あのギリルの光の中で光ぎづくて今日も傷ついてだけど終わらずに他の思いを止め何も見たいけれど Why 人このままの pain trans continue
Is that what he's going to be like after Eiji's heart attack punch?
We'll see. Just sends it like flying. It loses its tension with the chain there completely.
Oh, yeah.
The fighting spirit within. Oh, no, we're talking about fighting spirit. Oh, Jacob, this is a power-up. This is a serious power-up. My God. Oh,
but that's
Floyd
not
Patterson. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Holy crap. Oh. 3 minutes.
Insane. And he's going fast.
Nice, nice. Oh, nice.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
I like how they're talking about the trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The battle starts in the mind. Let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Is how much fun he's having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that you don't
Something
have.
that you do not have. No. Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Something that he can't think about even when the coach is here.
Sure.
Like, he doesn't bring that up at all, so he lied effectively to the coach.
Wow.
I love how the trainer is taking this like so seriously. Obviously he is, but
wow. That's insane. There's only 2 of them.
They're already talking about how the physicality of it might actually not be what makes the final battle, you know, in that he basically needs to give him an iron will, you know.
Wow.
Oh my god. I hope Ippo is eating like a monster here in order to like be able to sustain this. Yeah. Yeah, because of the trainer. Yep.
But the thing is, now he's doubting the coach.
Whoa. Hey, yeah.
This is actually quite timely.
Yeah. This is imagination.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ah, his face!
Yeah.
His face!
Oh, so this is actually happening.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Now you say that.
8 times.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ippo got thick in the legs. Oh my god, he's ready. Oh. Remember when you would get hit? Remember you get hit and your legs would give out?
Sure.
Now the knees and everything will be able to absorb that tremor. And he won't... Whoa.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, okay, sweet. But see, I think that's the thing that Volg doesn't have fully either, you know?
Right.
So it might actually be the thing that makes Ippo win.
Potentially, yeah. That's an image. Is this to draw a contrast to what Volg has had to deal with? Maybe.
It's early in the morning.
Yep.
All the fog still here. Alright, here's our boy!
He's ready. And with a smile.
Yep. Skip the commercial. Yeah. Oh, you see that little wholesome dad smile right there. He's like, okay, sweet. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Who was that against? Okay.
Oh.
Wait, that's Volg. Holy crap.
This is not what I expected him to sound like.
It's his bad. Right. He doesn't know Japanese that well.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's confused. It's
nice.
Oh, this is so wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh. What is this? They're like just bros, just chatting, and he's...
Yeah.
In Russia, it's all perpetually cold. Oh, he's a small town boy from...
Yeah.
Just a small town boy living in a lonely world. He's hitting a midnight train going. I have studied you. Oh. Wow. Whoa.
That is interesting.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Whoa, what a simple but perfect.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh man.
Anytime it's
I had
moms,
a feeling
y'all.
it would be something similar to this, you know?
Yeah.
Like I had other ideas too, but...
yeah!
Whoa.
He's like, I still don't know where to go!
No, I think you already got him the ticket.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boys battling for their moms.
Yep.
Oh, this is... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Wow, so he did forget.
Yeah. Come on, Ippo.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wait, what? Looked like it was a...
It looked like it was an uppercut, but
yeah.
then... Uh-oh.
What? Oh, fangs.
Yeah.
1-2 from the top and bottom.
Right. Wow.
Takamura's
like,
you're doing good, Ippo.
Yeah.
Well done, my man. telling you, I'm telling you.
Oh boy.
Oh. Yeah.
I love how intensive they've made the training for this fight.
Like, this is going to add up over time. Oh. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Wow.
He looks so fitting in that. And then Takamura looks like a clown with his bow tie. Yeah! Yeah! No! Oh! Ah!
Oh.
Ah! Oh.
Yeah, because he's the home player.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
He's just thinking, I'm going
Look
to
at the difference in the
you.
sweat versus one side of the other.
Yeah. Oh, man. And they end the episode right there.
Episode, yep.
Wow.
La 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 la. Hey. Oh, man. Didn't you say something like it was a mom or like a sister or something, like a family member in your predictions before?
Yeah, that he's doing it for someone.
Jeez. Oh, man. Okay, I want to save it for the discussion, but there was something so powerful in the way that Volg described it through a phrase of saying, I want to eat, or I want to have hot soup.
Yeah.
Because he's not telling us why he wants hot soup, but to him, it makes perfect sense. It's something that...
Right. It's specific.
It's so specific.
A specific memory that he hasn't had anymore.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Oh man.
Wow, you know the show is older when you look at the English cast and you don't recognize any of them. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
That was good. We have classic training montages.
But this is beyond classic because this was a really good training montage. Like this felt
very
intense.
specific. It felt very intense. I understood a lot of the things that they were getting into here. They used layman's vernacular in order to make sure that I understood what was generally going on here.
Right.
And the results of it were something that delved into a little bit of the little bit of the scary topic of whether or not the trainer can force too much of a good thing onto their athlete and then overwork them. Yeah. And thankfully, they basically said, okay, he came dangerously close, but because he knows a specialist who can help stimulate recovery in a way that, makes this all worthwhile, is fine. Right. In fact, it was amazingly good for Ippo.
He's aware enough of the dangers to be able to specifically address those because he's also aware how far he's pushing Ippo. Yeah. And that's the thing that I feel is super important because if Ippo had to, like, even ask the chief, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, am I being overworked? Then the problem there is that then there's that bit of doubt.
Yeah.
And with the trainer, Ippo needs to have that absolute trust of whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do, because he's going to be pushing Ippo to the breaking point and beyond, right?
Yeah.
So you need to have that mentality, that trust that they know what's best, right?
Yes, you do everything they say without hesitation.
Because even if you give a few percent less than your absolute best, then you won't progress, right? Yep. So the fact that the chief, because I was kind of worried. I was like, well, yeah, they're bringing this up around Ippo, and yes, it's a legitimate concern, but what's going to happen here? Will this affect training post this, right? But then nope, the chief was already on top of it, and that was wonderful.
Yeah. That was a funny scene with Yamaguchi.
Yes.
And I did find it kind of conveniently hilarious that she doesn't say why she's there.
Right.
She's
like, all right, I need a room with the bed.
Yeah.
And for her, it's obvious because whenever she's there, she's giving massages, right? And doing, and checkups and things like that, know? So it's very, very straightforward. But for Ippo, for our good boy that has been, turning into a testosterone machine, it's, not quite so clear.
Exactly. Yeah. Volg, though. Volg. Y'all. I know that in some ways it's kind of the easiest story they could go with for the shortest amount of time.
Uh-huh.
It's efficient in terms of writing.
But it's powerful.
But it's powerful because I would say of this one simple thing. I feel like a clickbait article here, but this one simple trick makes this very, basic story so powerful. It's that he went and described a specific thing that he misses about his mother's presence or healthy life before.
Right.
Before this.
It's the equivalent, I would say, of showing rather than telling. Because the thing is, even though he's telling what it is that he misses, right? If he had simply said, my mom is really sick and I need to do this, right?
Okay.
That's one thing, because then you're saying this is exactly the thing that's the issue. But by him saying that, it's showing just how much this is affecting him rather than him saying a thing that's affecting him, and then we have to empathize because we have to imagine what it would be like if it was like that for our mom, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if I would describe it like that. I know what you mean now. What I was trying to bring up the point was that it is something that we don't understand the context of that until we get the telling. So we get something brought up, and he says, I want to drink or I want to have hot soup.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, there's outside of the context of that, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
The statement has no power, really, other than he has a desire.
Right. And it asks the question of, what does this mean?
What does this mean? Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing, is then we are then cued in, I think, for the telling.
Sure.
It's a statement or a desire, a will thing that he then has to then give exposition in order to give context for it. So I think it's a perfect way to prime us for him to do some telling rather than a here's my backstory and I just give it to you all of a sudden. He basically leads it with the thing that is his mantra. So for him, this is the thing that's present in his mind. It's not I want to make my mother healthy with money. That's too complicated. He thinks about something super specific in his past, a memory that carries emotion with it, something that has all this added context. But to communicate that, he needs to give that context. Right. But the fact that he chose to do it in this order is important, I would say, from a writing perspective, because then we, as the audience, are asking the question, what the hell does hot soup have to do with anything?
And the fact that, and it's I almost feel like, to use another writing comparison.
Okay.
Anything that's introduced first is usually the most important.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if he had had the I want hot soup at the end, right?
Right.
If he had started, it still would have been powerful, right? Because his why is powerful, right?
Yeah.
But specifically in the way that it's communicated, the fact that he says at the beginning, I want hot soup.
Right.
Right. That's the idea.
That whatever he's going to say afterwards is subservient to this.
Right. And that basically this is something that's been on his mind a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I said it was his mantra, basically.
Right. This is the cornerstone for how he's built this entire boxing career. Yeah. Is that he wants this. Right.
Which means he doesn't have it. Which in some ways describes why boxing isn't something that he enjoys. Because it's simply a means to an end to have the hot soup with his mother.
Right.
Now, what's powerful, I think, here is that a lot... I'm not going to say everyone, because probably some people have negative relationships with their mother, but a lot of us have pretty good relationships with our mother. Or not even that we have good relationships. We actually have this nostalgic good feeling of what it was like when you had... when you had your mother like right beside you and everything was daijoubu and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's a good wholesome feeling, right? It's family. It's like, okay, that's sweet. But when you've lost that, when you've lost not the fact that you're just an adult and you're out doing life and he's out there building his career. It's not that he misses her presence. It's that he remembers a time where he had to struggle with her just to stay healthy, to stay alive maybe even.
Right.
And then during that time, it probably blotted out a huge portion of his memory of the good times with her.
Yeah.
And he had to fight to hold on to that from the past. And I don't know if you know, if you remember our story, but this is relatable as hell. Oh, it hurts.
And the thing is, the reason why we love it so much is not just because we have personal experience with, moms that get where their health takes a turn for the worse, and and it feels like they're taken from you. But it's also because they did this after they set up the parallel with Ippo, with his mom.
Yes, they did.
Where he had this happen to him, right? So it wasn't just this, right?
Yeah.
This is and that, like, I feel like this is very similar to the to the workouts and the training and everything, because in the same way that, even though this part was really short with him talking about his mom and stuff,
right?
The preparation for this started a long time ago. It started with stuff with Ippo's mom, so that way when this happens, we're like, Ippo knows exactly, what that's like. That way, when he's fighting him, he knows what he's taking away from Volg.
Yes,
right? If he wins, right? And now Volg might not know. I mean, well, it's they both have the reasons for wanting to fight and wanting to win, but it gives it consequence, right? And so I love this.
One of the things that I wanted to bring up, I'm putting up the episode here.
Yeah.
Is hold on, let me find the exact part where they actually show him. They show him like thinking.
Oh yeah.
Of his mother. Here we go. So he's in his apartment. He sees the picture. And she has the, please wait here with me, stay here with me. That's really relatable. That's too real, because when someone's in pain and stuff, they want just someone to be by them, even though they can't help.
Right.
Now, here's the thing that I thought about, and I'm not sure this is something where I have like the correct understanding of for sure here, is the fact that he likes boxing. Something that he's somewhat feels a little bit of something negative towards himself because boxing took him away from his mother. I don't think that's it. Well, but it says that he was raised by... She raised him by herself and ruined her health. Now, what I don't see the correlation here is that did raising him alone ruin her health completely unrelated to boxing, or was boxing something that when he was in the younger stages of becoming an athlete,
when he was training and doing all that stuff and maybe not able to help her out with other things?
Well, but I'm thinking about something as simple as why he chose to talk about food here. Now, he mentioned money. He mentioned hot soup.
Right.
Now, he could have said chicken soup. He could have said bean soup. Like
but he said hot soup.
But he said hot soup.
Right.
Now I'm trying to read it way too much into this, but I get the picture that single mom, not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Ends up ruining her health because she was raising him all by herself, which makes it sound like Ippo's mom, where it's I'm working hard, I'm supporting this, this family, but it's just you and me, so I don't even have enough money for me, the mom, for her health. So hot soup sounds like the most simple thing, but to contrast that with what?
Well, I think it's
cold
because
soup, the idea that we don't even have enough money to turn on the electricity of our house, that bad of.
I don't think it's like that necessarily. It could be, but I think it's because of the cold winters and things like that. Right?
Yeah, says,
and the fact that it gets real cold over there. So
that's my point, is that you wouldn't even have heating during the winter or something like that. There's a very direct correlation. She raised me all by herself and ruined her health. Goes immediately into the winters in my homeland are very hard.
Yeah.
And then if I get my chance in this country, I will receive lots of money. There's a sandwich of my mom's health is ruined. Winters are very hard. If I get my chance in this country, I'll receive lots of money.
Right. I think the reason for that is it could be because of them being poor, or just the fact that if you have one income.
Yes.
You're dependent on that income.
That's
right?
true.
What else can you do?
And then if she gets sick, you're not going to have that income.
Basically, she can't afford to get sick.
Yeah.
Right?
There's so many people like that. My God.
So she has to keep going. She has to keep going, and because maybe she's the money isn't too bad, but the thing is she's working outside or something, right? And working outside in the winter, that's that could be pretty easy to get sick, randomly one time, right? But nope, she can't afford to get sick, right?
Gotcha.
So then she gets really sick, right?
Yeah.
And that's and with the money, then she won't she won't have to work, and there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah. My silly observation is, when would you ever have cold soup? But I was thinking about it, trying to think of, if you have -20 winters and stuff like that. That might be the sad part about this, is you made something a week ago, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I can't get out of bed for the next 6 days. So you're going to have cold soup that we've left over from the nights before, and just let it last as long as possible.
Right.
In some ways, I don't want to make too many illogical leaps, if anything. But I almost feel like boxing might have been something that he couldn't have done until he left, basically. Until he left the...
Well, and that is a good point, though.
Taking care of her while he's gone. This must be eating him up inside.
Yeah, because she said, stay with me, and in some ways... He didn't. Like maybe in that moment he did, but...
Yeah, maybe in the moment, but now he thinks back, and he's like, I hope that she's okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's
my God.
Right.
There's so many levels that he might be just eating himself up inside because he's out here doing boxing and he can't enjoy it.
What I didn't expect was the sense of urgency. Bringing up the whole idea of, his mom, right? He wants to take care of his mom, right? Cool. Awesome. But the idea that it's no. She's back there right now and she's sick, right? Yeah. And it needs to be this tournament. I can't afford to have it be something else, right?
Right.
It has to be this one, because you don't get to Volg's point in boxing, in 6 months, right? That just doesn't happen. Yeah. So he's been doing this probably for a while, and the whole thing you were saying of them probably being poor, that's actually a great point, because what two words? Hot and soup.
Yeah.
Soup is basically, when you need to fill, you need to have filler, basically, in your meal.
You need to stretch a meal,
right. Stretch a meal, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Takamura in that suit, though.
But I just, you guys have heard our story now. It depends on how many of our videos you've watched and stuff like that, but this has come up so many times in so many other different shows and stuff like that. But I remember having a very similar thought, because there's something my mom could make sometimes that was very, very, there's a couple things that she would make that were kind of like her things, and some of them were so easy for her to make. Like, she would comment on them. They're like, oh, I love making this. It's so easy. I just throw everything into a pot and it's a form of soup, basically. Mm-hmm. And there were times where even that was basically just too much.
Yeah.
Just too much.
In bed all day.
All week sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it would just go on and on and on.
Yep.
And yeah. If you knew that on some level there was something you could do about it, like you could basically put more money into a slot and it would up the chances of her getting better and something like that.
Yeah.
That makes it so much better. And in some ways, I'm glad that Volg's situation is one where there is a direct kind of problem-solving correlation
I make it
thing.
so she doesn't have to overwork herself, and then boom.
Yep.
Problem solved.
He basically knows that there's going to be a sacrifice that he makes in the meantime in order to get to that point. But once he gets to that point, things will be better.
Right.
It's really bad, though, when there is no problem-solving solution and people say, no, there is nothing you can do but wait and hope. Right. And it's like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. That puts despair into people's minds and stuff like that. So, Volg, I'm rooting for you. I'm actually, like, genuinely rooting for you.
I hope he beats Ippo.
I actually hope he beats Ippo.
And here's the thing. It's the final one of the tournament, so he could beat Ippo here. Mm-hmm. And that...
No. The title match is after this. They mentioned that. I can bring up the episode again, but they were mentioning the commentators and stuff were bringing up the idea that there's a match after this. Who will proceed to the title match?
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, this is not the last one. This is basically the semifinals, if anything.
So, Ippo's,
So yeah, there was another bracket or however they do this where Date just decimated someone with the round 7 TKO.
Yeah.
And then we get this comedy bit with the commentators. Mm-hmm. Takamura, why he got to be able to give commentary in this match, they're never giving him this opportunity again. Let's just say that.
He's enough of a celebrity that I think, they still would, but it's one of those things of like, okay, this is Takamura, so we need to kind of,
let's just say he let his pompadour do the talking here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I loved the other guy, like, having edit this out. Like, okay. You know what's lovely about this is that this is like too real sometimes. When you're someone that you're involved in recording stuff for stupid amounts of time.
Yep.
And just stuff happens in the background and you're just like, So like Jacob and I will have signals underneath here you guys can't see where we'll be like, oh crap, we'll have to edit that out. It's like some noise. There's been like construction going on for the past and it's
like there's like a jackhammer like literally right outside.
And just like, boy, like, why?
Breaking up like concrete and like with a big bulldozer and it's just dropping it in a big truck. We could be friends in under different circumstances. It's like, I have to kill you.
Right, yeah. It literally feels like out of Princess Bride. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to die.
Yeah. Well, and Volg brought up the whole idea that, hey, if we wanted to, we could kill people with our punches.
Our punches are that devastating. That's why we wear these. That's where we wear these gloves, y'all.
Right,
like,
and that's why we fight against people that have also been doing this.
Yeah,
because if Takamura were to actually punch somebody, just some regular Joe, God forbid the chief, and actually be punching them seriously. Well, right, but like a really serious punch, not like some jab that he doesn't pull.
Like a series punches.
Yeah. Or Date's like heart punch. Like what would that do to a regular person?
That's a near kill punch.
Yeah.
That's not even like sugarcoating it. Yeah. That's specifically there to stop your heart.
Right, like at least it's not something that affects the brain, because I can imagine maybe a really hard temple shot would be worse. But
it just stops your heart. It's no big deal.
It just stops your heart. It's totally fine.
Whatever.
Yeah. But oh boy, I am so excited for this fight. In a lot of ways, I'm glad that they didn't show any of the fight.
Yes.
Because usually, they'll show a little bit of the fight and show how Ippo's on the ropes or whatever.
2 episodes of fight. Calling it right now.
They could do 3 episodes of fight if they wanted to. They could. Now, granted, this is full fight. So they could do like 2 and then change, Like,
I don't feel like they will.
No?
I feel like they've gotten out the character motivation stuff super efficiently in the beginning.
They do.
And that's why they didn't show any of the fight. Like, because they could focus on that and not distract from it until the basic, like, comedy Takamura antics with Date. I hope I don't become an old man, so I make just guarded comments.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was
How old is Takamura?
Probably in his, like, low 30s.
Well,
maybe,
no, I think
maybe
he's
high 20s.
I think he's like, because Date, I believe, is 28.
Oh, right. No, that's the thing. They all look older than they are.
Right.
So Takamura's like my age.
Yeah.
Like 28, probably.
Or 25.
No, because Date's older than 28.
No, I think they said that Date's 28.
There's no way.
I know.
There's no way. There's no way, dude.
But because there's no way he'd be able to do this at 38. Like, he'd die in the ring.
That might be the thing, that he's like 36 or 35.
He wouldn't still be the featherweight champion if he was 38. No way.
I forgot how old he is, but the thing is, you look at this guy, you look at this dude.
Yeah.
He's like got the jaw, and he's got like the disheveled, like
the scruff and everything.
The dad scruff,
right?
and you're like,
and
this
he
guy,
is a dad.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, this guy, he's like 34
I know,
at youngest.
I know, like, for certain that the last number was an 8, and I'm pretty sure it was 28. There's no way he's 38.
I'm 28, Jacob.
I know.
I'm 28. You look at this face. Do I even look 28? Do you think I could look 38?
Well, and like, again,
what would have to change here in order to make that happen?
Here's another thing. This is a shonen manga, right?
Yeah, that's
true. so there's it's the whole idea of, like, you have those stories, or whatever. Like I know when I was much younger, I would come up with these stories, and the old people would be like almost 30, or like
so
young
old.
30s,
So old. Yeah. No, I think what it is that they're probably a lot younger. But they're trying to showcase how boxing takes a lot out of you.
Sure.
And you get big, so you look older. Like, you get big,
or
guy.
maybe.
But Dante. Also, it beats a lot out of you.
Yeah. You are one of the Dunedain, a descendant of Numenor, blessed with long life. You're 28 years old.
You must be at least 40. 35? You cannot be 30. 28. Nutty. Takamura's like, I'm 19.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
See, that's the thing. Takamura is at least 18 because of all the alcohol
we know
that
Ippo is a solid 19 or 20 minimum.
And Takamura is older.
Right. So Takamura's probably like 24, 25.
26. I'm going to go with 26 then.
Oh, boy.
And that's the joke, is that
Takamura is trying to hold on to being young.
No, that's the joke.
Hello, fellow kids.
No, that's maybe the joke, is that Takamura is actually like basically around the same age as Date, and he's calling him old man.
Right,
and it's
more just married and has kids and
it's more just like, you look old, and Takamura, you act like a 20-year-old. Like, you are like a kid in your brain.
Yeah, I mean, his champion song,
All right, y'all, enough joking around. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. You can get involved with the community there. There's a lot of stuff going on. And you can also talk with Jacob about his book.
Yes, my sci-fi novel, Battle Lines, is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out. And make sure to leave a review and let people know what you think.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.